you want to create some episodic content.
Okay.
Episodic means it's more than one of the same type of thing. So, like a TV episode, it's the same show, but it's like different shows, right? Different topics, different themes, different things going on. The show is, let's say, I'm branding people as a dope man. Yo, you a dope, or you a dope person? Yo, you dope? Are you dope? All right, bet. Tell me what it means to dominate, right? So that's the show, and it may be the same show with different series with different answers. So I'm going to give a different answer than B. Simone's going to give, or I don't know, whatever celebrity that you find is going to give. You need to create that. There's a guy right now that built a whole brand, and he's with big celebrities, where he's asking about, tell me how much your fit costs. You seen him?
Yeah, I've seen on TikTok, right?
He's huge.
Yeah.
And every time you see him with a bigger and bigger, Kanye. First off, how you do that?
Yeah.
How you get Kanye? And then every big artist in the game, yo, talk to me nice. Tell me what your fit costs, right?
Yep.
That's the show, right? But the episodes are the different people.
Right.
Right? And those are the ones that we share. Make sense? So that's us in the video. And what you can do on Instagram is you can create a collaborator post. And if I'm on it and I like it, I'm going to share it.
Okay.
And guess what that does?
It puts me in front of a bigger crowd.
Get you in front of my audience. All right, listen, every single week, every episode, you hear me talking about the morningmeetup.com. It's the community. Let me show you what's happening here. Every single morning, Monday through Friday, there's 400 plus people on a Zoom call, right? We're learning, we're talking, we're growing together, and this is you. There's all these people here. It's all these people in the morning meetup. Hundreds of people reading books, growing. We get together quarterly. It's amazing. And for some reason, you just keep looking at, just go to themorningmeetup.com and get in the circle. And then you'll be like way happier. Just themorningmeetup.com. Let's get back to the episode. All right. We are here with an entrepreneur Q&A. We got a young man, 20 years old, right?
Yep, 20.
Derek has a brand called D.O.P.E. You're a dope man. Look at my hat. Turn me up, Reese. Dope man. I feel like I'm dope, man. You know what I mean? I ain't never sold no. Well, I sold a little bit of weed, but I was bad at it, bro. It's crazy. I made like enough to eat for the day. I was able to get like the fresh, like a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like at this time it was tall t. Never mind. Just forget it. But yes, we here. So tell us about the business and where they can find your apparel.
Okay, so my brand is D.O.P.E. D.O.P.E stands for dominating on purpose every day. It's all about walking your God-given domain and fulfilling the purpose on your life. If you want to contact me, you can go to my Instagram at dopeman.gear, or you can go to my website at dopeman-gear.com.
I love it. So go a little deeper into the concept of Dope Man.
Okay, so the main goal of D.O.P.E is to inspire young African-American kids, reminding them that they were created to stand out. Like the word says in Genesis 1:26, God gave us dominion over the earth. You were created to dominate. And we also want young African-Americans to know they don't have to follow peer pressure. Like, it's no great achievement in following along with the crowd. You were created to stand out. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But it's not. So that's what I want to push these young African-American kids to do.
Why just African-American kids?
Because I can relate to them. I can relate to, I've never smoked a drink. I can relate to what it feels like to have friends that think you should smoke, think you should drink. But me standing out, being who I am, I didn't do none of that things. And I feel like I shouldn't target a different race or demographic because I can't relate to them.
I ain't mad at it. All right, so this is like Q&A. So we want to get your first question. What is your question?
What would you say is the best way for me to push out the meaning of my brand?
The best way to push out the meaning of the brand is to push out the meaning of the brand. And what I'm going to ask you is, what do you think is the best way to push out the meaning of your brand?
So I think going to events is the best way for me to push out my brand, because that's when I get the best results from it. Yeah. I do reels and TikTok, but I get the engagement sometimes, but it's not the engagement I'm looking for to push out the meaning of the brand.
Gotcha. So you're doing events now?
Yes.
And you feel the best way to push out the meaning of the brand is events. Right. So you're already doing that. Yeah. But you're here because there's a problem with that. Right. So I'm going to ask the same question again. Okay. What do you think the best way? I don't want to know what you're currently doing, because what you're currently doing isn't getting you the results that you want, even though it's going well, right? But my question is, if you had to really sit there and think, what do you think is the best way to push out the meaning of the brand, whether you have the resources or the know-how to do it or not?
Do more events.
Okay.
Do more events to push out the meaning of the brand.
Cool. All right. Here's the problem with events. Okay. The issue with if you're a vendor, typically, then there are other vendors there. Meaning there's a whole bunch of options. Right?
Right.
And if you're at the event, you're only confined to the amount of people in the room. So we could say do more events, and there's 100 people in the room. That doesn't mean you're going to sell 100 shirts.
Right.
So let's say, how many hoodies did you sell at InvestFest? Or hoodies, hats?
Whatever. I sold 30 hoodies.
30 hoodies.
I sold like 60 t-shirts.
Okay.
And I sold about 25 hats. And I sold every pair of socks. So that was like 30 pair of socks.
Gotcha. So it sounds like we sold about 160 items. So you said 30 hoodies, 60 t-shirts, that's 90. You sold 30 hats?
Like 25 hats in the artist. Yeah, so around that.
25 hats. Yeah. So let's just say 150 items. There was 12,000 people at InvestFest.
Right.
And you sold 100 and something items. Good results?
Not good results.
But that was that the biggest place that you vended?
It was the biggest place, but it wasn't the most profitable place.
Gotcha. What was the most profitable?
Black Equity Con.
Ah, yeah, man, we out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How much did you sell at Black Equity Con?
I made 8,000 at Black Equity Con. So I sold about 30 short sets. But I sold 30 men's short sets. I sold about 30 women's short sets. And I also sold out t-shirts with like 50 t-shirts. And I sold about 10 to 12 velour suits.
I love it. Okay. Well, I feel good about that. Yeah. But I think you're still going to be confined to the amount of people that were in the room.
Right.
And it's still significantly smaller than the people that were there. So I don't think events is the best way to get the meaning out of the brand, because it's only the people there.
Right.
You know how many people are on Instagram or on TikTok or on the internet?
Billions.
Oh my gosh. It's incredible, right? So we understand that I'm not saying it's not a good way to get the message out. It's just not the best way.
Right.
So I'm going to ask you to think a little harder. Outside of events, what's another really good way to get your message
out? Maybe I should post more on Instagram.
Maybe.
Post more.
Maybe, or you should.
I should post more on Instagram.
How often do you post now?
I post like twice a day.
You post twice a day? Okay. Consistently every day?
Not every day.
So you don't post twice a day?
So I post
twice
10 times a week. So I post twice some day, but like 10 times a week. I could do like free Zoom calls that promote the meaning of the brand with kids, things like that. I could start a membership.
Yeah. What would that membership entail?
It would entail what it means to be dope. I'll provide them dope tips of the days, affirmations, things they can do to dominate their day. Yeah. Books, I could recommend them some books to read, things like that.
How long have you had that idea?
I've had that idea about 2 weeks, I believe.
I was at a mastermind and I learned this. Shouts out to Grant Cardone. I'm at this mastermind and he said we have to minimize the time between idea and monetization. So you probably have a million amazing ideas, but the real issue is you're not executing on them. You're not. Here's what I think. I don't think you're taking it seriously, and you're taking whatever life gives you. If there's an event, you're reactionary. Say, "Oh, I'll go to the event and I'll sell some clothes." But if someone doesn't decide to put on an event, then you're not going to sell no apparel. Which you can't build your business based on somebody else's activities, especially somebody else you don't even know. So you're just waiting for events to come up.
Right.
How often do you vend?
So I vend like every other month.
Every other month. And you feel that's the best way to build your business?
As of right, like from what I was going through, like that's what was seeming like the best way.
It's the best thing you've done.
Best thing
but it's not the best way to build a business.
Right.
You can't let your best concept be based on what you've done.
Okay.
Like, we got to get in front of millions of people.
Right.
The question is, how do we get in front of millions of people? Listen, if I was going to teach you how to make $1 million, would you give me 10,000? Like, if I had a course teach you how to make $1 million a year positive, you're going to make $1 million, would you give me 10,000? Of course you would. It's no brainer, right? So in a calendar year, we make 7 figures with the podcast. But there's 21 things that I extracted from that you're going to need to launch your podcast. But I only got time to give you 3 right now. One is you need a distribution platform. The distribution platform is what you upload your podcast to. That platform sends it to Spotify, Apple, Google Play, so that your supporters can actually listen to your podcast. You're also going to need a microphone. You need a really good microphone so it's crispy audio. And 3, you need an income strategy. This is not necessarily a hobby, unless you're going to make it a hobby. But I can teach you how I made the 7 figures with these 21 things. Now, the good news is you don't have to give me 10,000. My ebook is only $37, okay? So listen, go to podcastebook.com and get the 21 things that you need. And I can explain it in detail, all the things that you need, okay? Podcastebook.com. Let's get to the episode. That's the real question. The only reason I'm asking you questions I'm answering your question with a question is because you're 20 years old, you're brilliant, and you can come up with some answers. Yeah. But we don't really sit down and think.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So today we might have a think session on I'm going to ask the question one more time, okay? What is the best way, if you had to pick up one, just take some time to think about it if you need to. What is the best way to get this message out to the world?
Posting consistently on social media.
Okay.
That's what I believe is the best way.
Let me ask you. Is it better for you to post about your brand, or is it better for somebody else to post about your brand?
I believe it's better for me to post.
Is it?
Post about my brand.
If you post about your brand today, and I post about your brand today, I'll probably sell more of your products than you. Would you agree?
Yes. So I'm not the best person. So I should get more people talking about my brand.
I think he's getting there. He's getting there.
I should get more people talking about my brand.
It's all about reach.
Right.
The more people you're in front of, the more money you make, period. So the question is exposure. It's not about like it's not how many people I can sell to. It's about how many people I can get in front of.
Right.
So now our question is, how can we get in front of more people? That's my question for you.
I can utilize relationships. Mm-hmm. So I can ask someone, can you do this for me? Or ask them, do they know someone who can do this for me? Yep. Things like that.
100%. Where will we start?
I would text my queer.
Okay.
And I would ask him, who does he know? Yep. And can he get me in contact with them? 100%. And then I would tell them about the brand, ask them, can they post about it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know there are certain brands, they'll send out packages to influencers. Mm. And you have a better opportunity than I do, believe it or not. So if I come out with a brand and you come out with a brand, and I text an influencer or I come in contact with an influencer and I say, yo, I got this clothing brand. I would like you to wear it and make a post and tag me. I don't have no money, but I like you to post it. You know what they're going to tell me?
No.
Absolutely not. But you are 20, attractive young man, very respectful. If I was you, I'm leading with that. You're 20 years old. Bro, when's your 21st birthday?
April 16th.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You've got until April 15th to be young and cute, because at 21, you're a grown man. So I asked somebody to do something like post my clothes. There's a conversation about money. You, 20 years old, doing something positive, have you ever had somebody like older or influential say, yo, man, oh yeah, I love what you're doing, young man.
Yeah.
And they support it, right? I know I did.
Right.
I didn't buy it because I'm like, yo, this is the most amazing brand in the world. I bought it because very respectful, doing something positive. You got a positive message. You're trying to impact a group of people who need it, who are young Black kids. And I see myself in you. But you got till April to go hard, to really put a footprint. And then you got to change strategy. Okay. Right now, you need, my man Trey, you know Trey Brown with Spurgo?
Yeah.
Nobody even knew what Spurgo meant Ask some of these people that, like, where's Spurgo? They'll tell you, I don't even know what it means. I know, that's my boy. I know it has something to do with, there's a hero in there somewhere. But am I buying it and wearing it because it's my favorite brand in the world?
Mm-mm.
Why?
You buying it because you buying to him, really?
Kid's 16, 17 years old, doing something positive.
Right.
Respectful. He's super respectful. Right? So you got a vision and you're young, but the clock is ticking. I'm telling you, by the time you turn 21, you had better have a different strategy. But for right now, we need to go hard on the fact that I'm young and I'm the only person that can relate. You need to tell me in my face, yo, I know, Dave, you be talking to youth and stuff like that, but you can't reach them like I can. I'm them. You outside. Bro, you 37 years old. You don't even understand our culture. If you really, David, if you really want to impact some kids, you need me there. Right? So this is crazy. You know what's dope? I have an event coming up in September in LA. So it's an organization in Los Angeles that they have grants. And they have a grant to bring me in to inspire the kids into entrepreneurship. So they said they have a list of people that have been on the podcast or whatever that they want to have speak to these kids, because their goal, teach the kids entrepreneurship and then come into this little pathway like what they do and help them get a job in their field. So eventually maybe they'll get into entrepreneurship or whatever. Guess who was on that list?
Who?
Trey. I've never even seen Trey do a presentation or speak. But I think they understand that, yes, I'm good. I'll be able to teach them, but they need somebody that's them to teach them.
Right.
So one, you got to be more active on social media.
Okay.
Like in a very creative way. So if I go to your page right now, what will I see on there?
You'll just see me talking. Like you want to see, it's not much that's creative about it. It's just me talking about how to be dope or pictures of the clothing.
Got you. I'm telling you, the clothing is not going to sell this. Hold on. What's your Instagram page?
DopeMan.gear.
DopeMan.gear. Okay. Let me follow you first off.
This video is sponsored by Dope Man Gear Clothing. I am 20 years old. I rock this brand because it means something. It's pushing me into my purpose and I'm fulfilling the will of God on my life. If you want to buy merch, visit dopeman-gear.com and use code SOCIALPROOF, all caps, for 20% off.
All right, so the first post is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people wearing the apparel. Good. The next post is 3 people wearing the apparel. Good. The next post is 2 people wearing the apparel. Good. We have you saying something. 3 tips on how to be dope. That's good. The next one person wearing the gear. Cool. And then most of this is the apparel. I'm not mad at you sharing posts of people wearing it, but the apparel isn't going to sell the apparel.
Right.
What's going to sell the apparel?
The message.
The message. So you know those people that go around with their phone and they say, tell me what do you think about entrepreneurship or whatever? And they do you seen those?
Like
where they just do it on their phone? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like on the spot interviews.
Right.
You need to get us influencers saying, yo, I just need you for 10 seconds. Tell me what it means to dominate. And that is the question. And you get me on there, you get Marquel, you get all these influencers. Right. And the reason we'll do it is because you're 20. We'll just do it. Right? And say, yo, I got a brand dominating on purpose, and create a series. You want to create some episodic content.
Okay.
Episodic means it's more than one of the same type of thing. So, like a TV episode, it's the same show, but it's like different shows, right? Different topics, different themes, different things going on. The show is, let's say, I'm branding people as a dope man. Yo, you're a dope person. Yo, you dope? Are you dope? Mm-hmm. All right, bet. Tell me what it means to dominate, right? So that's the show. And it may be the same show with different series with different answers. So I'm going to give a different answer than B. Simone's going to give, or I don't know, whatever celebrity that you find is going to give. You need to create that. There's a guy right now that built a whole brand, and he's with big celebrities, where he's asking about, tell me how much your fit costs. You seen him?
Yeah, I've been on TikTok, right.
He's huge.
Yeah.
And every time you see him with a bigger and bigger, yeah, Kanye. First off, how you do that?
Yeah.
How you get Kanye? And then every big artist in the game, yo, talk to me nice. Tell me what your fit calls, right?
Yep.
That's the show, right? But the episodes are the different people.
Right.
Right? And those are the ones that we share. Make sense? So that's us in the video. And what you can do on Instagram is you can create a collaborator post.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm on it and I like it, I'm going to share it.
Okay.
And guess what that does?
It puts me in front of a bigger crowd.
Get you in front of my audience. Yep.
Yeah.
Also, another idea is if I were you, I would definitely start a YouTube.
Okay.
You have a YouTube page?
I don't.
Yeah, either a YouTube page, well, both, a YouTube page and a podcast.
Okay.
The reason people, do you listen to podcasts?
Not often.
Sometimes. Not often? You listen to podcasts? I listen to podcasts? If I'd have said, do you listen to podcasts 10 years ago, you wouldn't even know what that means.
Yeah.
But now you know what a podcast is, right? And a lot of people are listening to podcasts. When people get in their car, not everybody's listening to music like they were 15 years ago.
Right.
Like if I asked you a question 15 years ago, you were 5, but there was a time where if I asked your dad, like, yo, what you listening to in your car? He's going to tell me what rapper he's listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? I'm like, yo, what do you listen to? You can be like, oh, listen to that UGK, listen to Jay-Z. But now if I ask the same question, what are you listening to? Like back then, it would be an assumption that I'm talking about music. It would be an assumption like, yo, what are you listening to? Oh, I'm listening to this Beyonce, I'm listening to Jeezy, right? But now, I don't know, the answer isn't assumed that it's music.
Right.
I say, well, what do you listen to? You might be like, yo, I'm listening to this one podcast. I'm listening to YouTube. It's not automatically music. So people are more comfortable listening to voices and listening to messages. I don't know an impactful podcast that somebody like you would listen to. And I probably understand why you don't listen to a whole lot of podcasts, because there's no 20-year-old giving you the game.
Yeah.
There isn't any. There's a bunch of social proofs or EYLs or my boy Pushman Mitch, he got a podcast. Like we got podcasts. But I don't know if I know any that's talking directly to youth that want to do something more with their life. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you can lead the way of that. But again, I'm not talking about the clothing. I'm talking about how do we push the message.
Right.
If people start to buy into the message, they'll give you money for the clothes.
Right.
They're not buying the clothes.
They're buying the message.
They're buying the message. Does that make sense?
It make a lot of sense.
So, and this gives you more content. So if you're going to do, this is what I suggest. Come up with 50 topics that a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, 18-year-old wants to get information about. And it might be sports, music, entertainment. It might be, how to get a record deal, or a whole conversation about water boys, or how to start a clothing line, or I don't know, should I go to college or not? I don't know, 50 topics. And you need to shoot those topics and put them on YouTube. Yes, Instagram too, but when you're searching for something, you don't search on Instagram for it.
Right.
Like if you want to start a clothing line, would you go on Instagram to find out?
No.
Of course not. How would you do that? Like, There's no way to really search it. Where do you go?
I go on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You're selling information. People go on YouTube for information. So you need to lean into YouTube. If you have 50 topics and you do 50 videos on these topics, you put them on YouTube, you take the clips out and put them on Instagram. But we're selling the brand. And just make sure you're always wearing the apparel.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You gotta give them to buy into it. But now you gotta do it though.
Right.
You gotta close the time between the idea and monetization. And would I sponsor your podcast? Probably. If you got that energy and you got that audience, am I gonna sponsor your podcast? Of course. Because I need to know how much it's going to cost to get in front of your podcast. Right. But every single video that you create, you need to put an ad for your brand in the video.
Okay, like an Instagram ad? You saying like Facebook ads?
So on YouTube.
Okay, YouTube.
Let's say you're going to do a video, you're teaching something for 20 minutes. Say you and your dad get together, y'all doing a video. And the video is 20 minutes. you need to shoot an ad that said this episode is sponsored by Dope Man Clothing or Dope, however you describe it, dominating on purpose every day. You don't have to tell them that you're the CEO. You could tell them, yo, I'm 20 years old. I live by this. If you got a son, daughter, brother, sister, you need to like show them that they are dope. But we are taking the power from these negative annotations and or these negative concepts, and we making it positive. You can't stop your kid from wanting to be dope. You can't.
Right.
But you can change the meaning. You can tell them that it means something. So this is why I wear it. My dad wears it. All my friends wear it. So y'all need to check it out. Dope Man Clothing. You don't have to say, yo, this is mine. But it's for the genre. It's for the kids. It's for the people who want to like be intentionally successful, and for the parents, because believe it or not, on your show, parents are going to watch it because they can't understand or reach their child.
Right.
My parents had a hard time reaching my brother. I wasn't bad, but they had a hard, like they couldn't really reach him. You know what I mean? He didn't want to hear nothing about that. But I know if I was a kid, my dad got me a Dope Man hoodie. He was like, yo, dope means dominating on purpose every single day. So I'm going to give you this, but I want you to dominate. Whatever you do, dominate. I would want to buy it for myself if I saw the ad. But if I'm a parent, I buy it for my kid too. Make sense?
Right.
So we don't have to have them support you, but we have to put inside this message the sale of the product. That make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Any other questions?
Okay, so is there, like when you're running Facebook ads, right? Is there a specific way you would, like the, what's the word? Like the wording of it. Is there a specific way you would word it to increase your sales?
I have no idea. I do not run Facebook ads. I have somebody on my team that runs them, but I don't know the science of it. Marquel would know.
Right.
100% how to put the ads together.
Okay.
And you're either going to hire somebody to run the ads or you're going to learn it yourself. But whatever that's going to be, execute on it. If you're going to learn it, buy a course, start studying with somebody.
Right, that's what I did recently. I bought Justin Phillips' course.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Colleges.
Have you started running ads?
Yes, and actually they've been profitable. Now he opened my mind up a lot. He's a genius. So now I'm scaling my ads. Now I'm just trying to make sure I got the best wording to increase my conversion rate.
Yep.
So, but as I've been running ads, online sales has been amazing since I took his class. Because usually online sales, they would be okay, but they've been great since I took his class because I can only make like them 10K months when I'm doing events.
Yeah.
But it's like now I'm running ads, that money can come without me doing
100%. Absolutely. Just keep digging into it and tweaking it. So you're already in the game, so that helps because now you have something to say, yo, these are the ads that I'm running. And you gotta have an expert like look at it and say, you know, what can I change? Versus I want to start, but you already started, so that's good. Yeah.
Yep.
Any other questions?
I think that's it.
That's it? You got another question?
Let's see.
Do you have a question?
I just want to tell you thank you for what you do. It's amazing, man, to see people like us and just do stuff on a whole nother level and just appreciate you just being so I don't like using the word humble, but just approachable. Some people be kind of standoffish and but I just appreciate you just even when we met you in Miami, you was just nice. And I tell people all the time, it don't cost nothing to be nice. I love nice, genuine people because everybody got to start from somewhere. And like a lot of us, we started from zero. And you know what I'm saying? Just to see, your success. And I know your story. You started at the Cheesecake Factory. And it's just amazing, man. I just love what you're doing and how you just shifting the culture for the better. It's amazing. Thank you.
Nah, I appreciate it. I think what y'all did today was I don't know how deeply you planned it, but this was a good way to get exposure. This is a really good way. It's a really, really good way. And I got a really cool audience. And, because I really like push support, especially for the youth, my audience is definitely going to support. Y'all going to support, right? Give me this camera, Reese. Y'all going to support this young man, right? Like, support, man. Like, we need more people doing something positive, especially if you are watching this and you got kids and your kids aren't on that path, you want them to get on the path, you need to get you a hoodie or a t-shirt or something just so you can present it to your kid and say, yo, this is a 20-year-old young man that's like actually killing it. Like he's rubbing shoulders with, this is what you need to do. It's one thing to tell your kid like, yo, you need to be successful or you need to do something with your life. But when they see a peer doing it, when they like actually wearing something that was created by somebody that's like in their peer, their age range, it means a lot more. So get you a hoodie or something. Can we do like a promo code or something?
Oh yeah. If you go to the website, www.dopeman-gear.com right now, you can use code SHANS for 20% off.
Shans. Can we make it social proof?
Social proof, all caps.
Social proof.
20% off.
Social proof, all caps, 20% off. You can support and you get some love on the numbers, man. So, yeah, yo, keep doing what you're doing. But I do got to leave you with this.
Okay.
You now have a responsibility. It was cool that you didn't know the best way to attack it or like the activity. But now that you understand the game, the clock is ticking on your ability to execute. So you have a huge responsibility. Because if we do this session and you're not doing some of the things, and you're not posting consistently, and you haven't started your YouTube series, and you haven't started your podcast, people are going to look at you like, yo, he's another person that took information and didn't do anything with it. So I hope you feel some pressure right now.
Yeah.
Like you got to go execute.
Yeah, I am going to execute.
All right. Well, we will soon see.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all on him. All right. I don't know when you're watching this, but he's probably a multi-millionaire if you're watching it late enough. Because this lives on YouTube forever. You know what I mean? You're probably right now, while they're watching this, you're a multi-millionaire. And y'all should have, you know what I mean, supported early. All right, no, but appreciate you. Anything you want to close it out with?
Hey, just be positive. Like, wake up every day, say affirmations to dominate on purpose every day. Read books. Books are the cheat code to success. Be blessed. Keep the faith. Trust the process.
There it is. Listen, if you want to be on this session with Q&A, for one, you just got to be in the morning meetup. That's all I'm going to say to you. Like, this is just for my community. This ain't for everybody. You have to be in the community to take advantage of these Q&A sessions. So, themorningmeetup.com. Join our community. You in the morning meetup.
Yeah,
See? It's the only way. It's the only way. Support my boy, all right? We out. Peace.
I want to invite you to pick my brain.
Mine too.
Yours too?
Mine too.
Yours too. Okay, you guys.
Brain.
We are so excited because we just dropped our newest podcast series called the Brain Picker Podcast. David.
Oh, it's going down. You get to pick our brain. You have a business idea, a concept. You're stuck. You can't get off the ground. You need the advice of seasoned, experienced entrepreneurs. Not only entrepreneurs that are practitioners, but we got a lot of people that we've been coaching all over the last decade.
All over the globe.
They got receipts.
Not just that, you never know where your next investor might be hanging out. And the word on the street is we got all the connections.
That's a big fact.
We got all the connections. So if you want to sit down with us and pick our brains.
In front of our audience.
And we're letting you pick our brains. We won't even talk bad about you for doing it in front of our audience, bringing your business maximum exposure. Find the link somewhere around here, wherever you see it.
It's there.
And apply
right now
to pick our brain.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.